Welcome to Chronicles of Cinnamon Stone Gardens, a deeply soothing audiobook designed to transport you to a place of profound tranquility and prepare you for restful sleep. If you find yourself drawn to the gentle pace and calming atmosphere of this story, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel for more peaceful escapes. Before we step into the fragrant embrace of the Cinnamon Stone Gardens, we will take a few moments for a guided breathing exercise to ease you into a state of relaxation. If you prefer to drift directly into the narrative, you can find timestamps for each chapter in the description below. Find a comfortable position, allowing your body to settle and relax. Let your limbs feel heavy and supported, as if sinking into soft earth within the gardens themselves. Adjust your pillows and blankets to create a nest of cozy contentment. This is your sanctuary, your time to release the day's concerns and embrace the serenity that awaits. Allow the warm, cinnamon-scented air of the gardens to begin enveloping you, guiding you towards peaceful slumber. Now, let us take a calming breath together. Gently inhale through your nose, imagining you are breathing in the sweet, warm scent of cinnamon stones and spice petals. Hold it for a moment, feeling the gentle stillness settle within you. Then slowly exhale through your mouth, like a soft sigh carrying away any tension or worry. Visualize the smooth reddish-brown stones of the garden, warmed by the sun, radiating a peaceful energy. Feel their calm strength supporting you. Continue breathing gently, allowing each inhale to bring a wave of tranquility and each exhale to release any lingering stress. If your thoughts drift, simply acknowledge them and gently guide your attention back to your breath or to the sound of my voice. There is nothing you need to do but listen and allow the magic of the Cinnamon Stone Gardens to embrace you. Feel the gentle rhythm of slow time washing over you, easing your mind and body into a state of perfect peace. Allow yourself to be fully immersed in the garden's quiet embrace. As you listen to the chronicles of Lyra and Elara within the Cinnamon Stone Gardens, let the gentle magic of this place envelop you, bringing you a sense of deep relaxation and profound, restful sleep. Now, let us begin our journey into the heart of these fragrant havens, where time slows and peace blossoms with every breath. Chapter 1. The Scent of Slow Time. The air itself seemed to hum with a different rhythm as Lyra approached the Cinnamon Stone Gardens, a gentle, unhurried pulse. Unlike the frantic beat of the world she was leaving behind, a warm, sweet fragrance, like cinnamon baked into soft bread, drifted on the breeze, a welcoming aroma that eased the weariness from her journey-tired limbs. Sunlight filtered through the leaves of trees she couldn't yet see, casting dappled patterns of light and shadow onto the dusty path ahead, painting the world in hues of gentle gold and soft brown. The distant murmur of water promised a coolness that soothed her parched throat in anticipation. Following the scent, she stepped through an archway crafted from smooth reddish-brown stone, the very material radiating a comforting warmth to the touch. An immediate hush descended, not a heavy silence, but a gentle stilling of the air, as if the world itself had taken a soft, contented breath. The sunlight here was different too, diffused and gentle, bathing the garden in a warm amber glow, softening the edges of the world and blurring the sharp lines of her anxieties. The sound of her own footsteps on the mossy path was muffled, a quiet padding that added to the pervasive sense of peace. Before her, the garden unfolded like a whispered secret, a place of quiet wonder and gentle magic. Cinnamon-colored stones, some shaped like small hills, others like gently curving benches, dotted the landscape, each covered in soft, verdant moss that felt like velvet beneath her fingertips. Delicate vines with tiny, fragrant blossoms climbed the stones, their petals a pale, creamy white that seemed to glow softly in the diffused light. The gentle trickle of water grew closer, revealing itself to be a small stream meandering through the garden, its surface reflecting the soft blue of the sky above, a mirror to tranquility, to the leaves of unseen trees beyond the garden walls, painted shifting patterns on the stones, creating an ever-changing tapestry of light and shadow. The colors were muted and gentle soft greens, warm browns, pale creams, and gentle golds, a palette designed to soothe the eye and quiet the mind. The only sounds were the gentle murmur of the stream, the drowsy hum of bees, and the occasional soft rustle of leaves in the barely there breeze, a symphony of nature's quiet contentment. Lyra felt a profound sense of release, as if the garden itself was gently unwinding the tightly wound threads of her anxieties. She noticed a small wooden bench nestled beneath a cluster of cinnamon stone trees, its surface smooth and worn, inviting rest. Settling onto the bench, she leaned back against the warm wood, feeling the gentle support and the soft caress of the breeze on her face. The scent of cinnamon was stronger here, almost palpable, weaving itself into the very air she breathed, a constant reminder of the garden's unique magic. Closing her eyes for a moment, she listened to the quiet symphony of the garden, allowing the sounds and scents to wash over her, feeling a sense of deep peace begin to bloom in her heart. The gentle warmth of the sun on her skin was comforting, like a soft, reassuring hand on her shoulder. The weight of her weariness began to lift, replaced by a lightness she hadn't felt in far too long. She opened her eyes and gazed around at the garden, taking in the beauty of its simplicity, the gentle curve of the stones, the delicate blossoms, the shimmering stream. Everything here spoke of peace, of rest, of the quiet joy of simply being present in this tranquil place. A sense of welcome permeated the air, an unspoken invitation to linger, to breathe deeply, to let go of all burdens, and simply be. Lyra felt drawn to explore further, to uncover the secrets of this cinnamon-scented haven, to allow its gentle magic to soothe her soul and restore her weary spirit. For the first time in a long time, she felt a sense of hope blossom within her, a quiet anticipation for the peace and tranquility that surely awaited in the heart of the cinnamon stone gardens. The scent of slow time enveloped her, promising a gentle journey into serenity. She stood from the bench, feeling a renewed lightness in her step, ready to embrace the quiet wonders of the garden, to let its peaceful rhythm guide her, and to discover the gentle magic that lay hidden within its cinnamon-scented stones and moss-covered paths. The stream beckoned with its soft murmur, promising further tranquility, and Lyra turned her footsteps towards its gentle song, eager to explore deeper into this haven of peace. Chapter 2. Whispers of the Stone. As Lyra followed the meandering stream, the cinnamon stones grew taller, some rising like gentle hills covered in a thick carpet of moss, creating secluded nooks and whispering pathways. The air grew even stiller, the scent of cinnamon intensifying, weaving a warm, comforting blanket around her senses. The stream itself widened into a small, clear pond, its surface undisturbed, reflecting the soft blue of the sky and the gentle green of the surrounding foliage with perfect clarity. Tiny water lilies, their petals a delicate pale pink, floated serenely on the pond's surface, adding a touch of gentle color to the tranquil scene. Beside the pond, nestled beneath the shade of a particularly large cinnamon stone, sat a figure, their presence as peaceful and unobtrusive as the garden itself. As Lyra approached, the figure looked up, revealing a kind face framed by soft silver hair, their eyes the gentle blue of a summer sky. A warm smile graced their lips, radiating welcome and gentle serenity, like the warmth of the cinnamon stones themselves. This was Elara, the caretaker, her presence as integral to the garden's peace as the stones and the stream. "Welcome to the Cinnamon Stone Gardens." Elara's voice was soft, like the rustle of spice-scented leaves in a gentle breeze, each word carrying a soothing cadence that eased any lingering unease. "I sensed your arrival on the gentle currents of the air. Please come and rest by the pond. The stones here whisper secrets to those who listen with a quiet heart." She gestured to a smooth, flat stone beside her, inviting Lyra to sit and share the tranquility of the moment. The air around Elara seemed to shimmer with a gentle peace, an aura of calm that was as tangible as the warm earth beneath their feet. Lyra gratefully accepted the invitation, settling onto the smooth stone, feeling its gentle warmth seep through her clothes, a comforting, grounding sensation. The sound of the water lapping softly against the pond's edge was mesmerizing, a constant, gentle rhythm that lulled the mind into a state of quiet contemplation. Elara's presence was calming, her stillness radiating an invitation to stillness within oneself. The scent of cinnamon was strongest here, infused with a subtle earthiness, as if the very stones were breathing out tranquility. "The stones," Elara began, her voice barely above a whisper, yet perfectly audible in the still air. "They hold a unique magic. They absorb the frantic energy of the world outside, the haste and the worry, and in return, they radiate peace. They slow down time." She reached out and gently touched a nearby cinnamon stone, her fingers tracing the soft moss that grew upon it. "They whisper secrets of stillness, of contentment, to those who are willing to listen with their hearts, not just their ears." Her touch seemed to infuse the stone with an even greater sense of warmth and peace. Lyra reached out and touched the stone as well, feeling the smooth surface and the soft moss beneath her fingertips. A gentle warmth emanated from the stone, a comforting heat that seemed to seep into her hand and spread through her arm, easing the tension she hadn't realized she was holding. The scent of cinnamon became more pronounced as she touched the stone, a wave of comforting aroma that washed over her senses, deepening the sense of calm. She closed her eyes for a moment, focusing on the warmth and the scent, letting the gentle magic of the stone envelop her. "It is the cinnamon," Elara continued softly, "that gives them their unique properties. Deep within these stones, the spice essence is interwoven with the very fabric of the earth, creating a resonance that slows the frantic pace of time, creating pockets of blissful extended moments." She gestured around at the garden with a gentle sweep of her hand. "This whole garden is a haven, a sanctuary from the hurried world. It offers respite, healing, and a chance to rediscover the quiet joy of simply being." Her words were as soothing as the gentle murmur of the stream, each syllable imbued with peace and wisdom. Lyra opened her eyes, gazing at Elara with a sense of deep gratitude. "It is truly remarkable," she murmured, her voice softer than she had intended, reflecting the gentle atmosphere of the garden. "I can feel it, the slowing of time, the release of tension. It's as if the garden is breathing peace into me with every fragrant breath." She inhaled deeply, savoring the cinnamon-infused air, feeling her body relax even further, as if the very air itself was a gentle balm. Elara smiled, her eyes crinkling at the corners. "The garden welcomes those who are weary, those who seek solace," she said. "It offers its gifts freely, without expectation. Simply allow yourself to be present, to breathe in its peace, to listen to the whispers of the stones. That is all that is asked, and all that is needed." Her smile radiated warmth and understanding, a gentle acceptance that was deeply comforting. They sat in comfortable silence for a while, simply absorbing the tranquility of the garden, the gentle sounds of nature, the warm sense of spice and earth, the soft touch of the breeze on their skin. The pond reflected the sky, a perfect mirror of peace, and the cinnamon stones radiated their gentle warmth, whispering secrets of stillness to the quiet hearts that listened. Lyra felt a profound sense of gratitude for this unexpected haven, for the gentle wisdom of Elara, and for the quiet magic of the cinnamon stone gardens, a place where time slowed and peace blossomed with every breath. Chapter 3. Gathering Spice Petals. The morning in the cinnamon stone gardens dawned with a soft, diffused light, painting the mossy stones in gentle shades of green and gold. A light mist hung in the air, clinging to the spice-scented leaves and dampening the moss, releasing an even richer aroma of cinnamon and earth. The air was still and cool, carrying the faint, sweet scent of night-blooming jasmine that lingered from the previous evening, a delicate perfume mingling with the warm spice of the stones. The gentle sound of birdsong drifted from beyond the garden walls, a distant melodic chorus that underscored the pervasive peace. Lyra awoke feeling refreshed, the deep sleep within the garden having washed away the weariness of her travels. Her body felt lighter, her mind quieter, as if the garden's peaceful magic had seeped into her very being during the night. The soft scent of cinnamon lingered in the air, even within the small, stone-walled sleeping alcove Elara had prepared for her, a comforting aroma that eased her into wakefulness with gentle grace. She stretched slowly, feeling the soft linen sheets against her skin, the coolness of the stone walls against her back, and the quiet stillness of the morning embracing her. Emerging from the alcove, she found Elara already in the garden, tending to a cluster of cinnamon stone trees near the pond. The morning mist clung to Elara's silver hair, giving her an ethereal appearance, like a spirit of the garden itself. Elara was gently gathering fallen cinnamon petals from beneath the trees, her movements slow and deliberate, each action imbued with a sense of quiet purpose. The petals, a delicate shade of russet brown, released a concentrated burst of warm, spicy fragrance as Elara collected them, filling the air with an even richer cinnamon aroma. "Good morning, Lyra," Elara greeted her with a gentle smile, her voice soft as the morning mist. "The garden offers us its gifts again today. The cinnamon trees have generously shed their petals, and they are ready to be gathered. Would you care to join me? It is a peaceful task, and the fragrance is particularly potent in the morning air." She gestured to a small woven basket beside her, already partially filled with the fragrant petals, inviting Lyra to share in the gentle labor. The morning light illuminated the petals in the basket, highlighting their rich color and delicate texture. Lyra readily agreed, feeling drawn to the simple act of gathering the spice petals, sensing its inherent tranquility. Elara provided her with a smaller basket, also woven from soft, natural fibers, its texture smooth and comforting in her hands. Together, they began to gently collect the fallen petals, moving slowly and quietly through the grove of cinnamon stone trees, their movements synchronized with the peaceful rhythm of the garden. The soft rustling of the petals as they gathered them was the only sound besides the distant birdsong and the gentle murmur of the pond. The task was meditative, each petal carefully picked and placed in the basket, the warm, spicy fragrance filling their senses with every movement. Lyra noticed the delicate patterns on the petals, the subtle variations in color, the velvety texture. She felt a sense of connection to the garden, a quiet appreciation for its simple gifts and its gentle rhythms. The act of gathering the petals was grounding, bringing her fully into the present moment, dissolving any lingering anxieties or worries. The gentle coolness of the morning air on her skin was refreshing, a gentle contrast to the warm fragrance of the cinnamon. As they worked, Elara shared stories of the cinnamon trees, explaining how their petals, when brewed into a tea, enhanced the time-slowing and calming effects of the garden. She described the tea as a gentle elixir, capable of soothing troubled minds and easing restless spirits, its warmth spreading through the body like a wave of tranquility. Her words were spoken softly, punctuated by comfortable silences, allowing the peaceful atmosphere of the garden to permeate their conversation. The scent of the cinnamon petals mingled with the scent of Elara's herbal remedies, creating a complex and comforting aroma. They moved from tree to tree, their baskets gradually filling with the fragrant petals. The sun began to rise higher in the sky, slowly burning away the morning mist, bathing the garden in a warmer, gentler light. The colors of the garden deepened, the moss becoming a richer green, the cinnamon stones a warmer brown, the petals a more vibrant russet. The air grew warmer, the scent of cinnamon becoming even more pronounced as the sun's rays warmed the stones and the petals. After a while, their baskets were full. overflowing with the fragrant spice petals. They sat together on a smooth cinnamon stone bench, resting from their gentle labor, the baskets of petals beside them emitting a warm, inviting aroma. The sun warmed their faces, a gentle, comforting heat that eased any remaining coolness from the morning air. The garden was bathed in a soft, golden light, creating an atmosphere of perfect peace and contentment. The gentle hum of bees began to fill the air again, a comforting drone that underscored the tranquility of the moment. Elara smiled at Lyra, her eyes filled with gentle warmth. "The garden has provided abundantly," she said softly. "These petals hold the very essence of its peace. We will brew a tea later and you will experience the garden's magic in another form, a warm and comforting elixir that will soothe your spirit and deepen your rest." Lyra returned her smile, feeling a deep sense of gratitude for Elara's gentle guidance and for the simple, profound peace of the Cinnamon Stone Gardens, a place where even the most mundane tasks were imbued with tranquility and grace. Chapter 4. Stories by the Still Pond. As dusk began to settle over the Cinnamon Stone Gardens, casting long, soft shadows across the mossy stones and still pond, a gentle tranquility deepened in the air. The warm golden light of the setting sun painted the sky in hues of soft orange and pale pink, reflecting in the undisturbed surface of the pond, creating a mirror image of serene beauty. The air cooled, bringing with it the delicate scent of night-blooming jasmine and the earthy aroma of damp moss, mingling with the ever-present warmth of cinnamon. The gentle croaking of frogs from the pond began to punctuate the quiet stillness, a soothing, rhythmic sound that underscored the evening's peace. Lyra and Elara sat beside the pond, the baskets of cinnamon petals gathered earlier now placed gently aside, their fragrance still subtly present in the air. Elara had prepared a warm tea from the freshly gathered petals, its aroma filling the air with a comforting spice, a gentle invitation to relaxation. The tea was served in simple earthenware cups, warmed by the steam rising from within, their texture smooth and grounding to the touch. The gentle glow of twilight softened the edges of the garden, creating an intimate and peaceful atmosphere. As they sipped the warm tea, its cinnamon-infused steam gently warming their faces, a comfortable silence settled between them, punctuated only by the soft sounds of the evening garden. The tea was subtly sweet and warmly spiced, its flavor unfolding slowly on the palate, leaving a lingering sense of comfort and calm. The warmth of the cup in her hands was soothing, a gentle reminder of the garden's comforting embrace. Lyra felt a deep sense of peace settled within her, a quiet contentment that was as warm and comforting as the tea itself. After a while, Lyra, feeling a gentle prompting within, began to share her stories, her voice softer and more measured than it had been before entering the garden, reflecting the tranquil rhythm of this peaceful place. She spoke of her travels, not of grand adventures or thrilling escapes, but of quiet encounters, of moments of simple beauty witnessed in distant lands, of acts of kindness observed in unexpected places. Her stories were gentle tapestries, woven from threads of everyday wonder and quiet grace, imbued with the peace she had found in the Cinnamon Stone Gardens. She recounted the tale of a village nestled in a valley, where the air hummed with the sound of wind chimes, a constant, melodic whisper that calmed the most troubled hearts. She described a hidden grove where luminous mushrooms glowed with a soft inner light, illuminating the forest floor with an ethereal beauty. She spoke of a solitary shepherd who played gentle melodies on a wooden flute, his music weaving spells of peace and contentment across the rolling hills. Each story was a vignette of tranquility, a gentle offering of peace shared in the quiet evening air. Elara listened with quiet attentiveness, her gaze soft and understanding, her presence a gentle affirmation of Lyra's words. She offered no interruptions, no judgments, simply a receptive silence that allowed Lyra's stories to unfold in their own time, like petals unfurling in the soft evening light. Occasionally, Elara would offer a gentle nod, a soft smile, or a quiet murmur of appreciation, acknowledging the beauty and peace within Lyra's tales. Her listening was as comforting as the warm tea and the gentle evening breeze, creating a space of shared tranquility and quiet companionship. As Lyra spoke, the stars began to emerge in the darkening sky, their light reflected in the still pond, mirroring the gentle glow of the twilight. The air grew cooler, the scent of jasmine intensifying, creating a fragrant embrace around them. The croaking of the frogs continued its rhythmic lullaby, weaving itself into the fabric of the evening's peace. The garden became a haven of soft shadows and gentle light, a sanctuary of quiet contemplation and shared stories. Lyra's voice flowed gently, her words imbued with a newfound sense of calm and peace, reflecting the tranquility she had absorbed from the cinnamon stone gardens. Her stories became more introspective, more focused on the inner landscapes of peace and contentment, as if the garden itself was guiding her narrative, shaping her words into expressions of serenity. The warmth of the tea lingered within her, spreading a gentle comfort through her body, easing any remaining tensions and anxieties. With each story, the bond between Lyra and Elara deepened, woven from shared silence, gentle understanding, and the quiet magic of the garden that surrounded them. The evening air hummed with a peaceful energy, a palpable sense of tranquility that permeated their conversation and their silence alike. The pond reflected the stars, a vast expanse of quiet wonder mirroring the inner peace they both felt in that moment. The gentle croaking of the frogs became a comforting rhythm, a natural lullaby weaving them deeper into the evening's serenity. As the last hues of twilight faded and the garden was bathed in the soft glow of starlight, Lyra finished her stories, her voice trailing off into the peaceful stillness. A comfortable silence settled once more, a silence filled with shared understanding and quiet contentment. The warm tea had been finished, the empty cups resting gently on the mossy stones beside them, their lingering cinnamon aroma a subtle reminder of the garden's comforting presence. The evening deepened, embracing them in its tranquil stillness, offering a gentle promise of restful slumber. Elara smiled softly at Lyra, her eyes reflecting the starlight. "Your stories are beautiful, Lyra," she said, her voice a gentle whisper in the quiet evening air. "They carry the same peace and gentle wonder as the cinnamon stone gardens themselves. Thank you for sharing them with me." Lyra returned her smile, feeling a deep sense of gratitude for Elara's quiet companionship and for the profound peace she had found in this cinnamon-scented haven. The night embraced them, promising a slumber as deep and tranquil as the cinnamon stone gardens themselves. Chapter 5. The Gift of Lingering. The soft light of dawn filtered through the leaves, gently awakening the cinnamon stone gardens with a hushed and peaceful beauty. The air was cool and still, carrying the faint, lingering scent of jasmine and the ever-present warmth of cinnamon, a gentle perfume that heralded the start of a new day in this tranquil haven. A delicate mist clung to the mossy stones, beading on the soft surfaces like tiny jewels, reflecting the nascent sunlight in shimmering droplets of light. The distant bird song began to swell, a gentle chorus welcoming the rising sun with melodic grace. Lyra awoke with a feeling of profound peace, the deep slumber within the garden having completely restored her weary spirit. The gentle magic of the cinnamon stone gardens had worked its subtle wonders, easing her anxieties, calming her mind, and filling her with a sense of quiet contentment that radiated from within. She felt refreshed, renewed, and ready to face the world, but also reluctant to leave the tranquil embrace of this cinnamon-scented sanctuary. The soft scent of cinnamon still lingered in the air within her sleeping alcove and even seemed to permeate her very being. Emerging from the alcove, she found Elara already in the garden, standing quietly by the still pond, gazing at the water's surface as it mirrored the soft hues of the dawn sky. Elara's presence was as serene as the morning itself, her stillness radiating a gentle invitation to quiet contemplation. The pond reflected the pastel colors of the sky, painting a tranquil scene of soft blues, pale pinks, and gentle oranges, a mirror to inner peace. The air around Elara seemed to shimmer with a peaceful energy, a quiet aura of calm that was as constant and comforting as the cinnamon scent itself. Lyra approached Elara softly, her footsteps silent on the mossy path, not wanting to disturb the morning's gentle stillness. Elara turned, a warm smile gracing her lips, her eyes filled with a quiet understanding. "The dawn is beautiful in the gardens, is it not?" Elara's voice was soft, barely disturbing the morning's hush, yet perfectly audible in the still air. Each sunrise here is a gentle reminder of renewal, of peace, of the quiet beauty that surrounds us, if we only take the time to see it. Her words were as gentle and comforting as the rising sun itself. They stood together in comfortable silence for a while, simply observing the beauty of the dawn, the soft light playing on the cinnamon stones, the gentle mist rising from the pond, the distant bird song filling the air with melody. The air was cool and refreshing, carrying the mingled scents of jasmine, cinnamon, and damp earth, a fragrant tapestry of nature's gentle embrace. The stillness of the garden was profound, a palpable sense of peace that permeated every breath and every moment. Lyra felt a deep sense of gratitude for this tranquil haven, for the opportunity to experience its quiet magic. After a while, Elara turned to Lyra, holding out a small, intricately woven pouch made from soft, natural fibers. "Lyra," she said gently, "as you prepare to leave the gardens, I wish to give you a small gift, a reminder of the peace you have found here, a token of the cinnamon stone gardens to carry with you on your journey." The pouch felt soft and warm in Elara's hand, radiating a subtle cinnamon scent, a tangible embodiment of the garden's gentle magic. Lyra accepted the pouch with a grateful heart, her fingers brushing against Elara's, feeling the warmth and kindness in her touch. Opening the pouch, she found it filled with small, smooth chips of cinnamon stone, their reddish-brown surfaces gleaming softly in the morning light, their aroma a concentrated burst of warm spice. The stones were cool and smooth to the touch, yet seemed to radiate a gentle warmth, a miniature embodiment of the garden's calming essence. The scent of cinnamon from the pouch was comforting and familiar, a sensory anchor to the peace she had found in the gardens. "These are chips of the cinnamon stones," Elara explained softly. "Carry them with you, Lyra, and when the world feels too hurried, too frantic, hold them in your hand, breathe in their scent, remember the peace of the gardens. They will help you to find stillness within, to slow down, to reconnect with the quiet joy of the present moment." Her words were a gentle blessing, a quiet reassurance that the peace of the gardens could be carried within, even beyond its fragrant walls. Lyra closed the pouch gently, holding it close to her heart, feeling a deep sense of gratitude for Elara's kindness and wisdom, and for the profound gift of the cinnamon stone gardens. She knew she would treasure these stone chips not just as a memento, but as a tangible link to this haven of peace, a reminder of the gentle rhythm of slow time and the quiet beauty of stillness. The scent of cinnamon from the pouch was comforting and reassuring, a promise of peace wherever her travels might lead. As she prepared to depart, walking back towards the archway of cinnamon stone that marked the garden's entrance, she turned back to look at Elara one last time, standing peacefully by the pond, a serene guardian of this tranquil sanctuary. Elara smiled and waved gently, her gesture filled with warmth and quiet blessing. Lyra returned the wave, carrying the memory of that smile and the peace of the gardens within her heart. The scent of cinnamon from the pouch in her hand was a constant reminder of the gentle magic she was taking with her. Stepping back through the archway, the world outside seemed subtly different, less hurried, less frantic, imbued with a gentler rhythm than she remembered. The frantic pace of her journey seemed to have slowed, replaced by a more measured step, a more peaceful stride. She carried the tranquility of the cinnamon stone gardens within her, a quiet promise of peace and stillness wherever her travels might take her. The gift of lingering, the art of slow time, the profound beauty of simple moments. These were the gifts she carried from the cinnamon stone gardens, treasures more valuable than any gold or jewels, and the warm, comforting scent of cinnamon, always near, would forever remind her of the peace she had found in this fragrant haven.